Knudsen with Carla Bauchmueller. She was raised and born in Germany. She's living in the United States now, and she has a master's degree in economics. Can you tell us about that? So how did you go from Master's of Economics to riding horses?
I know. Yeah, a good question. Yeah, you know, I've always wanted to work with horses. I grew up with horses or started riding as a child, and I just loved being around them. And I had started teaching and training horses some, and I was like, this is what I want to do. And then my father said, well, you should better do something sensible, right? And so I went to university, and I took this master's degree, and it took quite a while to get it. And then I said, like, I still want to know if my childhood dream of working with horses is not really what I want to do.
Right.
And so I took a 2-year full-time training, because I thought after that I will know, right? I will know if I'm still passionate about it. When you have to get up early, right, and like clean stalls and all of that, and after 2 years you will know. And I knew, right? That was like 28 years ago, and since then I've not looking back. I'm just
still going strong.
Still going strong.
So wonderful. Did you ever work in economics, or you just never even? Good for you.
No, I mean I did some like traineeships, you know, for a couple of weeks and months here and there in offices, but I was like, I'm not an office person. I cannot stay indoors for too long.
I understand. That's why we did the interview outdoors. We like the outdoors.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So you train horses and people in the United States and in Europe.
Yes. Yeah. So I grew up in Germany. And of course I started my business over there. I had my own ranch, and gave clinics and started teaching clinics early on. And then I moved to the States 8 years ago, and I had to start from scratch basically, right? So I started with private lessons and all of that, but I kept my clients in Europe, and so I traveled back and forth for quite a while to get started here and also keep going.
It's hard to balance both.
It is.
It really is.
It's a lot of traveling.
Speaking of balance, centered riding.
Yes.
Yeah, so tell us about centered riding and where that came from. And I know you're an instructor for centered riding.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I'm a clinician. That means that I'm really certified to teach centered riding clinics. There are only 2 of us in California, actually.
That's a big deal, yeah.
So it's a pretty big deal.
I read that on our website.
I know, yeah. And centered riding has really fascinated me right from the start. I grew up in the German system where it's very strict, right? You get yelled at a lot and all of that. And I always felt like there must be more also in the connection with the horse and in the feeling. And I read Sally Swift's book, and I was like, oh wow, this is amazing. And I started practicing it a bit just for myself. But that of course didn't work too well. And then I took the first European instructor clinic, centered riding instructor clinic, 28 years ago as well. And I was like, that's it, right? Because it's all about balancing, feeling yourself, improving your body awareness. From there, connecting to the horse, feeling what the horse does, and then getting this feedback loop going, really, instead of just focusing on the horse.
Right, it's a joint deal for sure.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. So yoga, so that kind of takes us to yoga. So you studied in India.
Yeah.
My goodness, I couldn't imagine. What was that like, and how intense was that?
That was really fascinating. So I took that yoga instructor training in India, and it's they push you, like they have you get up at, I don't know, like 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and then you're kind of outdoors and do your yoga things. And but they've got a very thorough training, and it's English speaking, so it's very systematic and really well done training. And then at night you get to meditate in the temples over there.
Wow.
And you take sometimes little day trips, and it was fascinating.
I bet it was.
It's
I bet just the history of getting to do that.
Yeah.
And then applying it to your passion, the horse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is incredible to get to do both. So you're certified in both.
Yes.
As a riding instructor, that's terrific. So what caused you to start your own business? I love entrepreneurship, especially in the horse world and the cowboy world. So what caused you to kind of say, I want to do this for a living, besides just having a passion? You jumped out there and did it.
Yeah, true. And it's, through the training that I took these 2 years, I was really trained to teach clinics, right? Because that's different than teaching private one-on-ones.
Right.
And so I was taught to teach clinics, and so it was kind of obvious that then you will go out by yourself and like teach day-long or week-long clinics. Right. So there was not really a question. And plus I think I'm just born for this.
Yeah.
You know, I just loved this and the independence and being able to like do it my way. And,
Sure.
And
Sure.
I think I wouldn't be the best employee actually.
You know it works.
Yeah, exactly.
That's wonderful. So I was reading on your website the discovery sessions.
Yeah.
What can you tell everybody that's watching what that's about?
Yeah,
And how
you
you
know,
came up with that?
Yes, you know, I want to give people who start being interested in my work and see like, oh, this, you know, that looks interesting. Maybe that's a person I would like to work with. I want to give them a chance to really talk with me. And so we spend about 45 minutes to an hour together. I have people send in short videos or photos of themselves so that we've got something where I can really give them some feedback and they can get to know me. And then if we feel that it could be a match, then towards the end, I also introduce my programs and courses and things, and people can see if they're interested.
So very interactive. So how do they
Yeah.
find out if they want to do that? Do they just go to your website?
Yeah.
Is that the best way?
Exactly.
So we'll definitely have the website on the end of the video for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
And-
there's just a calendar link and they book a time with me and that's it.
Oh, how great is that?
Yeah, yeah.
All that experience, you know, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So being such an innovator in the industry, what's been your favorite part of the industry? Is it the newer people that's never ridden a horse before? Is it the person who rode a horse that maybe can't right now, so you're helping them with the yoga side to get back balanced so they can ride? Or what motivates you to keep going and innovating?
Yeah, so my clientele is really women over 40 who've got their own horses, or at least access to a horse. And what I find fascinating is that after a certain time, when you've ridden for a while and you've been around your horse and all of that, and you're not that interested in competition or anything anymore, you're more interested in connecting and really feeling what the horse is and does for you, and experiencing your body, the horse's body, and all of this. And so I'm helping these women, and sometimes it's, you know, menopausal women as well, or then life changes, body changes,
Sure.
and then helping them look at their lives from a different perspective. That's something that I'm really fascinated by.
That's just so wonderful to get to do that and to see. I guess when they come in, they don't really know, and at the end when they get it.
Yeah.
Because when you're tied on with that horse, it's just the right feeling and that connection. That's a very
Yeah.
powerful,
Yes.
very powerful. So distant learning.
Yes.
So I read about that too. Your
Yeah.
website is just great. So you
Yeah.
can tell I was hooked on it. You know, so
Yeah.
distant learning. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so I wanted to work with women all over the world, basically, and plus I was fed up with traveling too,
Sure,
right? Because I've
sure.
traveled so much. I was like, okay, what can I do to get people together from my comfort of my home and people's comfort of their home, right? And so I created a program where we meet on the phone about 3 times a week in a very small group. So it's up to 5 women in that group. And then I teach and we share, and we are talking about topics like fear. How do I overcome fear?
Right.
How do I overcome self-doubt and frustration? How do I bring more joy into not just into my writing, but also in my life?
Right.
And it's a couple of months, this program, where this group really grows
So
together.
it's pretty intense.
It's very intense.
You get deep into it. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah, and it's very transformative for the women.
Distant
right?
learning. So
yeah.
I guess they get to know each other from all over the world
Yes.
as well. So
Yeah.
it's a connecting kind of deal, kind of like with the horses in yoga. It's kind of the same deal.
Yeah.
Connecting people.
Yeah, exactly. And really
very
looking at the emotional side of things as well, right? Because in writing, we oftentimes focus, how do you sit there, what aids do you give, what do you do with the right hand, left foot, all of that.
Sure.
But there's so much more, right? There's the emotional side to it, there's the mental side to it. How can I find a focus and not be distracted all the time? And how can I not beat myself up all the time, which especially women like to do, right? It's like, oh, I did not do this right,
Yeah,
I did not do
unfortunately,
that right.
yes.
And how to overcome that. I feel there's so much to it. So
Right.
it's really, it's life changing.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, it should be something you enjoy to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
that's the goal.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
you know, and you're right. There are so many people that are hard on themselves, but once they understand how great it is,
Yeah.
they can enjoy it.
Yeah.
It transforms.
Yes.
You know, it just gives you confidence for the rest of anything else you tackle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
right.
what's next?
What's next? So so I've built this program, right, and I'm teaching that, and I want to do more of this, and that's why I'm here at the expo as well, to basically promote this program. And there are more in the pipeline, right? I've just created another one which is more focused on writing. So it's the distance learning, and I also have live clinics and things. So yeah, there's a lot. And,
very innovative, very entrepreneurial.
Yeah,
all over the world.
Yes,
which is great.
Yeah.
It's so encouraging, and it's so great for people to see how successful you are, to encourage them also just to watch what you are able to do, to motivate the people that want to be like you and come up through the ranks and create what's good for them.
Yeah. And, you know, it's when we came here 8 years ago, my husband and I, we had like 2 suitcases and our dog and a bike, right? And that was it. And we had a hotel room for 2 weeks, right? And I really had to start from scratch because, of course, no one knew me over here. So I had to start like teaching private one-on-ones first, and then like, you know, slowly make my way up. And then now when I go to the expo and I've got my exhibitor and clinician badge, and someone said, oh, now you're one of the big shots. And I was like, oh, yeah, maybe I am. And it just really feels amazing. Right? It feels amazing. And of course, I mean, I've invested a lot of like money and time in my own education and training.
Sure.
And I think that's what I would really encourage everybody who is a trainer or who is an instructor. That's what you need to do. Like you have to like constantly invest into yourself. Because that's the only thing I brought over here, except of this 2 suitcases.
It's such a great story. I love that. You know, it just shows that everybody can do it. It's just like you say, though, it is investing in your education and in yourself.
Yeah.
The industry changes so much. So much.
Yeah.
But
thankfully.
Definitely. But connecting the person and the horse, that's what we've been trying to do forever.
Yes.
You know, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us today. It was so much fun visiting with you. And,
thank you.
And thank you so much. We'll have the show up. It'll be on the radio, and we'll put everywhere where you can find Carla and her classes, and get to meet her and talk to her and hopefully take one of the classes from her.
Yeah.
You'll love it. Thank you, Carla. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.